anecdotally just telling you how this whole Bharat Pravah and what it wants to achieve started. And this was, I'll take you back to say 2017. I was joining the ministry as secretary. I was working in the state government. I was joining the ministry. And when I was joining, that point of time, my colleagues, my friends, everyone said that, are you in your right senses? You're trying to go to Government of India. It's a very tough place to work. You are always subjected to all immense kind of reviews and, PM is calling you, minister. So it's not what used to happen, say 5-7 years back, where things were so easy. It is going to be extremely difficult. So please be sure that you want to live a very cushy kind of existence in a state, and then go to Government of India and fall into a huge rigmarole. And that's how I landed up here. And let me be frank, also, there was the second kind of voices that what Ministry of Shipping, no one knew Ministry of Shipping. It's a people say border demotion. So going to a place no one knows what do they do, what they don't do. It's a very hidden kind of ministry. So what is the use of going to that? People still perceive, going to a very high-fly ministry. There are a large number. Let me also not name them. So that was the perception. I came to Government of India as secretary, and then I saw actually what is happening. This perception gets formed out of the fact that this ministry is essentially a business-to-business ministry. We deal largely with businesses, very little connect with the general public, with the public at large. And governments are so tuned to be, public-centric. They are extremely glued to issues which are the ease of, living. And PM always talks of things like ease of living, how to make life easy for public. That is refrain all the time. And the ministry also, I was, when I came, I found was transforming. It's trying to, create waterways, because waterways are something which do touch you from all around, people from all around. But still, that is only cargo. It's not people. It's not public transport. Sagarmala. So in various ways, the ministry is also trying to see how they can become people-centric. And a minister like Mr. Sonopal, he's a chief minister, such a famous chief minister and such a well-known chief minister, so people-centric, So now he came, and obviously the organizers here, the IGPP, they would have approached him, and he being, what he is, he would have said, please create something where we can take the message of the ministry right down to everyone, right down to the public. And that's how I think so the journey started. And that's the time they approached me. So I said, right, that seems to be a very good idea. I also felt the same way when I joined that, it's too far removed from people. It's a business-oriented ministry, People don't know. So that's a very good objective first. That's one extreme of the entire, gamut of governance, So good. But then I said that we should also create a very technical space for ourselves. We do not have a system of any recognition, benchmarking our ports and terminals internationally. What to talk of international benchmarking? We don't have a system of benchmarking within our own country. There is no system of recognition. There is no system of award giving. There is no system of knowing whether our ports are within organizations. I'm sure, Adani's and JM Bakshis, JSWs, DP Worlds, they're all trying to, see that they can become efficient, but not through competition and through, competition maybe surely business-wise, but not in hard facts, That's what the feeling was. And then we again discussed with a lot of people. And this idea emerged that let us work into extremes. One is extremely people-oriented, and the other is be extremely technical. And try to create a space, a very intellectually technical space, where we can assess the entire sector. We'll start with ports and then slowly move on to other places. So today, the next phase, I would say, moving forward, there are 3 things that are going to happen. We are going to announce a program, audio-visual kind of program that this organization is going to take, Bharat Pravah is going to take. Second is about reaching out to the schools through a various process of competition and various things. And thirdly is this whole new concept, a new paradigm in our efficiency, seeking efficiency for ports by institution of Bharat Pravah Award. So these are the three main objectives that we are going to move forward with. So with these words, we have Sanjeev Sanyal, who's such a well-known, economist, and he's what a difference he is from very past speakers, where he's really brought upfront the economic and historical perspective of this country from the Indian eyes, not from an international or from a colored, visioned, opinionated eye, but from a real Indian nationalist eye. So, and I'm going to sure that he's going to tell us something about his perception of waterways, shipping, and whole sector, how he looks at it, and how he sees moving forward. Before I ask my next speaker to speak, let me just raise four important issues, policy issues, because there's going to be a session on policies. Minister is there. I take this occasion to raise four issues. Being an ex-bureaucrat, I cannot but raise issues. That's what our job is. Sir, there are four issues I will raise. Maybe it will stuck somewhere in our mind. First is, I think so, our port sector has not progressed that strongly compared to the airport sector or the railway sector. One of the reasons is that there is a problem of predatory investment. And all of us who are sitting here in this room know, you set up a port, 20 kilometers next comes up another port. How can anyone where investments are so huge, if he doesn't have a certainty for some time, why will he invest? So that's a big problem. It has to be addressed through the amendment to Indian Ports Act. I know attempt was started long time back. You also have now come up with a draft. This issue needs to be addressed. Just as in airports, we keep a minimum distance of 150 kilometers, 200 kilometers. In highways, we keep a distance. No, there has to be exclusivity, to investment. Similarly for ports, I know there are sensitivities regarding states, but we must address it. Second, sir, is about waterways. We have a very good national waterway, one which connects India and Bangladesh. I think so. We must increase the protocol route right up to Banaras. You have created such a buzz in the industry by having this Ganga, this cruise we started yesterday. PM, flagged off yesterday, day before yesterday. So we must allow Bangladeshi ships up to Bangladesh, meaning that the protocol route must get extended to Banaras. Only then waterways will be very vibrant. So third is about this whole coastal shipping, and I think so. Amitabh is here. For very long, we have been trying our coastal shipping is not at all developed. Let me say, we have been attempting to do it for a very long time. It still bears a very small percentage of all goods carriage along the coast. Very, very minuscule component. We must relax cabotage laws, coasting laws to allow international shipping without licenses. Free it. Only then we'll be able to see some spurred growth in our coastal shipping. And lastly, sir, is about Major Ports Act. We have, and now I can say with my hindsight as a chairman of this Conciliation Committee, it's got traction. We've got large number of cases. And I found cases are getting stuck up in courts itself. In the Major Ports Act, we have created another body called the Adjudicatory Board, which is again a litigation forum. Again, cases will get stuck up there. It will have no use. We create another additional litigation forum, and where the appeal will go, it's not certain. I don't think so. We require to go ahead creating another body which will hamper, solutions rather than create solutions.